Hello, this is Scott from MySeps.com. Today I'm going to show you how to do a color separation in Photoshop CS5 using CMYK. First thing we do is we're going to flatten our image, and I like to make a copy of it to place in the corner for color reference. Okay, now you're going to go to your channels here, and let's go ahead and set everything up. We're going to make these spot colors, and we're going to use our eyedropper to choose the color. 1, cyan. Let's make these white. 2, magenta. The reason why I drag these down here is because once you do the settings on one of them, you don't have to retype in all that information. So it's easier just to copy it, a duplicate of it, and then just change the color. Seven gray. 8 black, and 9 white. So today we're going to find these 9 colors within this image here. Let's make a background of white. So we've got our 9 colors here. All of them are empty. So the first thing I like to do is to make a copy of my cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. And I'll explain why in a moment here. So we're going to go to here, we're going to go C, M, Y, K, and T. Now, what this stands for is you're going to take your cyan and you're going to select all, copy, paste your cyan, magenta, select all, copy, paste your magenta, yellow, select all, copy, paste your yellow, and black, select all, copy, paste your black. Now the T is your target channel, and this is where you're going to be doing all your work. You're going to be doing your knockouts and your copy and your paste and stuff like that. So this is a ever-changing channel here that's going to be deleted later. So what we have here is duplicates now of our cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. Now the reason why I make these is because when you load or command click, you get a selection of what's in there. Whereas on this one, if you command click, you get a selection of the opposite of what you want. So by making these, you save yourself an extra click, which actually can save a lot of time in the long run. So here's how we get our colors. So basically it's just a matter of taking the colors you want and removing the colors you don't want. So for cyan, you're going to take your cyan and you knock everything else out. So you're going to copy, select all, copy, and paste that into your target channel. And then you're going to command click on your black, and then shift command click on your yellow and magenta. Okay, and then you're going to hold down Command and Delete, which deletes all of your colors. Deselect, and leaves with just your cyan. And down here, it's showing a little bit of gray because you have gray is made up of all the colors. So in order to get rid of that, you have to go to Levels, which is Command L. And you see this line right here? This line, the Photoshop knows that this gray is going to stop at this line. So if you take your highlights and you pull it right past that line, you're going to get rid of it. Now, you don't want to just yank this all the way back, because the more you pull it back, the more you distort your image. So all of these clean edges here, these raster edges, will get more pixelated the more you pull this back. So you just want to pull it back right past the line just to get rid of it. Click OK. So select all, copy, paste that in your cyan. So we've just made our cyan. We'll do the same for magenta. So to get magenta, you're going to take your magenta and you're going to knock out everything else that's not magenta. So you're going to knock out your cyan, your yellow, and your black. So I'm going to copy this to my target channel, load my black, shift, load my yellow and my cyan. I'm going to delete. I'm going to pull up my levels here, pull the gray out, click OK. Paste that to my magenta. Next is the yellow. Same thing. You're going to take your yellow, you're going to knock out everything that's not yellow. No cyan, no magenta, no black. So copy this, paste it there, load my black, load my magenta, load my cyan, delete. Make sure you deselect, which is Command D. Pull up your levels and pull that back to remove the gray. Select all, copy, paste. So now we have cyan, magenta, and yellow. Let's find our green. So to get these other colors here, we're going to use a feature in Photoshop called Calculations. It's under Image, Calculations. What you're going to do is you're going to change this channel here. The first one for green. Green is made up of cyan and yellow. So we're going to take our C and our Y. We're going to blend them by screening them into a new channel. Click OK. Knock out everything that's not supposed to be there, which is black and magenta. Do our levels. Pull this back, and now we have green. So we'll copy that to the green channel. We're at 4. Let's do purple. Image, calculations, channel, cyan, channel, magenta. Screen to a new channel. Purple. Knock out black and yellow. Delete. Do levels. Pull it back right past the line. Click OK. Now we have our purple. We'll copy and paste it into there. Let's find red. Image, calculations, magenta and yellow. Screen to a new channel. Click OK. Knock out black, knock out cyan. Deselect. Levels. Pull it back. Select all, copy, paste. Now we have our red. So now we can delete these. Okay, so we've got 6 colors. To get our gray, gray is made up of all of the colors, a little bit of all the colors. So what you can do is take your CMYK, click on that, select all, copy, and paste it into your target. Then you can use your colors that we just made to remove them. So we're going to click on our red, hold down Shift, click on purple, green, yellow, cyan, and magentas. Delete that. We can delete our black, and we're left with our gray. But the gray is showing at a percentage, and we want that to be a solid. So we're going to go to Levels, and you can see that Photoshop already knows how far you need to go to make it a solid. This line right here. So you're going to take, to make it a solid, you take your shadows and you drag them all the way up past that line. Now you have a solid gray. Now also with gray, you'll notice if you zoom up close, gray tends to leave a little halo around all of the edges of color. So sometimes gray requires a little cleanup. In this case, you would just take your lasso, draw around your color, select inverse and delete, and you got a perfectly clean gray channel. So let's put that there. Black's pretty simple. You just take your K, copy it to your black. For white, you're going to take your CMYK, select all, copy, paste, and then you're going to go to invert. So Command I, and here comes the levels again. And again, the levels do know how far you want to go automatically. All these lines represent the different percentages here. So for every one you pass, it's going to remove it. And of course the yellow is the lightest one, so that's going to require to pull it back even more and more and more. So till you get right to this line, pull it right past this line and you'll have the yellow gone. And this represents everything that's white, the background. There you have it. There's your 9 colors. You can delete these now. There's your 9 colors. Now, also, if you wanted to choose Pantones, this is the best way to choose the Pantone colors. You're going to click this, click on color, and then you're going to click color libraries. And see, it'll automatically pick which color is the closest. If you don't like this color, you can just type in whatever color you want, 298, and it'll go there. So magenta. See, it's wanting to pick the process color, so you can choose 232 if you wanted to. Let's go 102. Green. Purple. 2746 is what it thinks it. That looks good. Red. Color libraries, 485. Gray. 409. So there you have it. That's how you do a color separation using Photoshop channels. If you like this video, please subscribe. Thanks.